My tale unfolds in Lagos, Nigeria. Back when I was a high school junior, I often ditched class to chill in the library with my buddies. One day, a senior bursts into the quiet library yelling, "Hey everyone, Mr. R is in trouble." Now, a bit of backstory. Mr. Air, our economics teacher, was probably the most irritating teacher around. He was strict and took way too much joy in giving us a whipping for the silliest reasons, like walking too slow or having too much swagger. Needless to say, most of us weren't fans of him and had a bone to pick. So, hearing he was in a brawl, we figured some student had finally had enough and decided to throw down. The entire library cleared out faster than you could blink. Over 100 kids, ready to witness a showdown between a student and a teacher, or maybe even start a riot. We followed the senior to the scene, a courtyard under the staff building, and what we saw was wild. It wasn't just Mr. Ari getting roughed up by a student. It was a gang of like 20 goons kicking the tar out of all our teachers. It was chaos. Turns out, Mr. Ari had crossed some rich chief's son, who then rolled up to the school with his goons to rough him up. When the other teachers tried to intervene, they got a beating too. So there we were, watching our teachers duking it out with these thugs. Most of the teachers were down for the count, but one stood out. Our further math teacher, who we later dubbed the Warrior. This guy was incredible. He fought like a boss, wielding a bench as a shield and the broken mop stick like a sword. He was like Achilles, storming Troy single-handedly. While most of the teachers were either crying or begging for mercy, the Warrior and the school security guard were the only ones still standing up to the thugs. Meanwhile, the rich chief and his posse were chilling on the sidelines, probably feeling pretty justified in their actions. They even brought their whole family along for the beatdown, 2 wives, 3 kids, the whole shebang. When we showed up, me and my crew, including my basketball buddies, it felt like a showdown. Everyone stopped to see what we do. We didn't have a formal plan, but someone yelled, "We're under attack by thugs! We gotta defend our turf!" So we armed ourselves with whatever we could find, sticks, stones, broken bottles, and charged into battle. We must have looked pretty intimidating because most of the thugs bolted, leaving only 3 behind. One of them, the big boss, decided to take us on. He thought we'd be an easy match for him and his crew, but he seriously underestimated us. Sure, we were scared, but we weren't backing down. My buddy Doken, aka Sir Dox, went straight for the boss with nothing but bravery and a stick. When they clashed, Sir Dox dodged the thug's swing like a pro and took him down with a slick move. The rest of us piled on, and soon the thugs were down for the count. We gave them a beating they wouldn't forget in a hurry. Meanwhile, the teachers found their backbone and started whacking the chief and his family with their canes. It was chaos until the principal and campus police showed up, hauling the chief and his crew off to jail and sending the injured thugs to the hospital. By then, it was lunchtime, and the rest of the students had joined the fray. Fueled by victory, we ran around the school, shouting about our triumph. When we stumbled upon the chief's fancy car, a Mercedes-Benz S63, one of the teachers urged us to wreck it. So we did, smashing windows, jumping on the roof, the whole 9 yards. I couldn't bring myself to join in. It was painful watching such a sweet ride get trashed. Before things got too out of hand, security stepped in. But not before we flipped over the thugs van nearby. Then, the school called an emergency assembly, where the principal thanked us for our service and tried to downplay the whole thing as a minor scuffle between teachers and thugs. And just like that, it was back to class. No more lectures for the day.